one more thing. Hey team, happy Tuesday. Katie and I are here for Tuesday's top tips. And we're having a little bit of wine. That seems to be the theme now. I'm having some Chardonnay. What are you having?
I am having the Hospitality Collection cab. I love all of our cabs.
Yeah.
Any cab, the Pinot Noir, my fave.
That cab in particular is my absolute favorite. It is like just perfect, you know?
It's an easy drinker and also like has good complex flavors.
It does.
So,
I would agree. Well, cheers to that. Well, we're here to celebrate Katie because last month she had a fantastic month and she promoted to an LCE or a lead CE. And we're here to give her some mega love and say cheers to you. Congratulations. That's huge, meaning that you grew your team and you made the first promotion in our ONEHOPE comp plan. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Well, we want to hear from you. So I kind of want to turn it over, Katie, and just kind of, before you get into like, what is the lead CE and, you know, how you got there, share a little bit about yourself. And I'd love to hear kind of a little bit about your background.
Yeah. So, I had my oldest when I was 17 years old. My husband was 18. And so for so long, I was in this fight or flight, right? Like you get the jobs done, you get the paycheck, you make sure your kids are okay. And now that they're older and I'm able to talk to them about things and about their future and about their dreams, I would say, you know, work for what you're passionate about, work hard and it will pay off. And then my sassy teenager was like, cool, mom, why don't you take your own advice? And I was like, oh, good point. And I started kind of just doing, and I'm going to write a book and it's going to be called Why is My Journey So Cliche? It's going to happen because once I started having confidence in myself and realizing that I did not have to be in fight or flight, I started learning things about myself. And one of them was that I don't want to be a corporate robot. I still am. Let's not all get crazy. But I wanted to put my footprint out there. And I've always wanted to be able to help our communities, but I had no idea where to start or how to go about it. And then one day when I was in the middle of all of this, literally ONEHOPE just like fell on my lap. I did this introduction call with my mentor, Karen. She is the greatest. And honestly, I felt like it was a universal right step in that right direction. And, you know, I didn't start out, you know, guns blazing. I was like, let me learn some more. Let me get comfortable with it. Let me do a couple of events and just kind of see what happens. So for a long time, I had this nonprofit called Brave Young Hearts just tied to the event. I was like, oh, they're local. I like what they do. Well, as I continued over the couple of months and I started to get a little bit more self-confident, I actually reached out to Brave Young Hearts and I was like, this is Katie, it's with ONEHOPE. I'm where those checks have been coming through. I'm really passionate about your cause. And we were talking and I get emotional every single time. But so Brave Young Hearts, they provide outdoor adventures for children that are fighting life-threatening or terminal illness. And we were talking and the founder told me about losing his granddaughter from brain cancer at the age of 4. And I started bawling my eyes out because I said, you know, I'm so connected to this mission because I actually lost my cousin at the age of 15 to a brain cancer called DIPG. It's the worst 4-letter word ever on the planet. And she was 15. And we both just kind of connected and you know, we started doing in-person events together. We started, you know, just opening up that relationship. And I now actually sit on the board of Brave Young Hearts and I get emotional. I'm just grateful for it because if I didn't have ONEHOPE, I would have never been able to meet these people that are in my life forever now. It's not always about the wine sales or the ranking. It's what ONEHOPE has done for me.
Oh, it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think anytime any of us ever talk about like, or why, right? It is so emotional because it is close to your heart.
Yeah. So yes, you know, getting lots of orders and, you know, ranking up, all of that is great, but and I appreciate it and I want to continue doing it, but it's just this fulfillment that I haven't ever had, you know. So that's my spiel.
Katie, I love that. I love that your son, isn't it so funny when they like, and they
Yeah.
use like all of that advice that we give them, like right back
Yeah.
at us. And we're like, ah, you are so on point,
Yeah. It's,
right?
I was like, that is a valid statement. I can't argue on that. So
Yep.
noted.
Yep. Noted. Exactly. And then even, I love your story. Like, I love the fact that you do. I mean, I think a lot of us, if you talk to anybody that is a cause entrepreneur, we have this like very powerful story that ties us to what we do. And it's not mainly or not always just for the income. There's always like that component,
Right.
like we need money, but there's also just this something that ties us closer, makes it
Yeah.
even more powerful too. So
Right.
I think that's pretty cool. And tell me, so you did hit LCE
I
this
sure
month.
did.
So what is
I
an
sure
LCE?
did.
Like, what did you have to do? What does that mean?
So the lead cause entrepreneur,
Okay.
and like I said, I didn't start out kind of guns blazing ready to rank. I was wanting to build a good foundation, good contacts, get some events under my belt. And, and I was in a couple of trainings for lead entrepreneurs and senior cause entrepreneurs, and I was just really struggling with building my team. I was having a really hard time. I was excelling in orders, I was excelling in contacts, all the things, but I was having the hardest time building my team because I didn't want to be that, hey girl, let's talk. You should do. I didn't want, I pride myself in being as authentic as possible, and I didn't want to do that. And I've had this friend of mine that's been ordering ONEHOPE through me since I started. Like, she was like, I love this, I love what we're doing, let's do this. And she was consistently ordering, and then she became a membership, where she started a membership, and she was, helping me kind of with the marketing side of things because that's what her degree was in. And I was like, girl, I did not go to college, all the help is necessary, like I appreciate it. But then I was like sitting there, I was like,
Right. Let me think about this for a second.
like, why don't you do this for yourself and get the rewards and get the benefits and all this stuff? And she was like, okay, honestly, I was thinking about it, but neither of us wanted to make that awkward conversation. And I'm like, I've had this friend of mine this whole time supporting me. It's just about asking the right question at the right time. And so, long story short, I started to build my team to be promoted into an LCE in October. And I
Yay.
actually brought on 3 members last month just because of that tiny little bit of confidence that I got. It was a tiny bit of confidence. And then I was authentically asking these questions to people that I knew would be interested because I was like, oh, okay, you're not crazy. Let's just talk about it. And I ended up bringing on so 2 others besides my friend. And it kind of just snowballed from there. My friend that's been ordering, she went fast start 200, 300, killing it. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, dreams do come true. Kind of, it was just, we talked about this earlier, but it all kind of falls into place. Like at the right time, it may not be on your time frame or your schedule, but if you stay consistent and you stay passionate and you provide information that's needed, you will rank up and people will acknowledge that and they'll see you working, and you don't necessarily have to show people, or I'm sorry, you don't have to necessarily tell people, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. It's about showing them what you can do. And I think that the lead CE, I felt like it was the easiest month I've had because it was just talking and it was just connecting, just through little things. So I promoted to lead CE, and I'm just ready to go on and continue to go on, get that senior, get that just keep climbing it.
I love it. I love that you just said senior CE. So is that our next goal that we're thinking?
That is my next goal.
All right. All right. I love it. Well, you're halfway there.
So close. So close.
So close. Well, I'm excited for you because that means that then if you're going for SCE, there's so many goodness. So let's see, like you're going to hit your 1,000 in sales, right? You're going to check that off and get that Winecraft, which I just figured out how to say that correctly. I don't know if
I want it so bad.
It's so much fun. Then you're going to get the t-shirt for SCE. And then what I think is really cool is they just I just shared on the team page, as far as when you promote to SCE and you bring on a teammate this month, that then you are going to, OneHope is basically going to give you 2 teammates to your team next month, to help mentor and train them, right? And
Yeah.
sharing the goodness. And Katie, you have like the best energy. I love the fact that you talk about being authentic, and I think it's just, you're ready to grow. Like, I feel like you see the purpose in what you're doing and you want to share it with others. So I can't wait to celebrate you and all of your success coming up.
Thanks. And okay, I hate, again, I try to be as authentic as possible, but I do fall into these like catchphrases, right? Like everybody says, "Oh, this is a different company. You don't know. Like this is it." And then they quit 2 days later. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that happens all the time. And one of the things that has always kept me pushing is, okay, look at this necklace, by the way. Like I have lead
I
on,
love your
you know what
necklace.
I mean? Look at and it's
That's
nice,
right.
heavy duty. I feel seen and I feel heard all the time through OneHope. I know that if I don't know something, it's not like, oh, she should know already. I have the most support and these friends that I've made for the rest of my life. And I'm not saying that just to get somebody to get on my team. I truly mean that from my heart. And the fact that OneHope does truly care about its cause entrepreneurs is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. And that's what keeps people working so hard. If we keep getting, acknowledged and heard and, treated and like spoiled a little bit, people want to work harder and they want to put more into it. And it's really, truly the best, side hustle, hopefully not side hustle one day,
Oh, I
that
like
I
it.
could ever wish for. And I'm so grateful for it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing that you're a part of something and that you're not just like a number, is a big deal
Yeah.
to me. So
I mean, I think,
soapbox, I'm off of it.
well, our company is literally like founded. It's like the heart,
Yeah.
like everything is like the heart of the business. So for
Right.
sure, it's like we have something so different, unique from other companies. And yes, you're
Mhm.
right. Like, I don't want to say, like, everyone always says it, like, oh, we're so much better, but
Right.
we really are so much
But
better.
we actually are.
We are, exactly. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I would say, like, if there was one tip that you could share with the team before we go, what would you say to the team?
Can I have a two-parter?
You
Is that
can.
okay?
I will
Okay.
give you a two-parter for sure.
So stay true to yourself and what you have within your capabilities. You don't have to hit fast start. That doesn't mean if you miss it, it's a failure. Keep working, keep, hustling. You will get there, and stay confident, but most importantly, stay consistent. If you stay consistent, and it's not doing just reels, and it's not doing just like, oh, I need this orders. It's staying consistent with continuing to learn with with all the things that OneHope provides you to learn with, and just stay consistent to the process, and it will happen. It will happen. The universe says so. So that's it.
Because you're telling the universe it's happening, right? You're putting it
Put
out
it
there.
out there, girl.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. Well, all right, team. I think that's a wrap. Katie's saying, be you, be consistent, and put it out in the universe. You have to believe in yourself and believe in those goals that you want. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday. Katie, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us.
you. I
And
appreciate it.
cheers
Cheers.
to Senior CE. Can't wait to celebrate
Yeah.
at the end of the month.
Yeah. It's
Bye,
gonna happen.
everybody. Okay. Hold on.
Yay.